Hi everybody, welcome to my new channel. I'm calling it My USA Haul because this will focus mostly on products that I've been importing from the US. I've been doing this for some time now, but I get a lot of questions lately about all the different scents that I bring in specifically from Bath & Body Works. Very excitingly, Bath & Body Works landed on our shores a couple of years ago now. Unfortunately, in doing so, they've failed to bring a lot of the really good, really popular products with them, and we don't seem to get lots of the new products in either. When we do, they seem to be fairly low in stock and also quite expensive. So for the time being at least, I will continue to be bringing these products across, both for my own personal use, and of course I also have an eBay store. I wanted to take the opportunity just to have a look at some of the brand new Christmas candles. This is pretty exciting for me because Christmas is my favourite time of year, followed closely by Halloween. But I just love getting into the festive spirit, and so when these boxes arrived this afternoon, I was straight into it, smelling all the fantastic scents and getting some burning. I've split some of these into a couple of videos. There's just too many to talk about in one hit, and also I've got a lot more to come. So just for tonight, I've picked these 5 candles to have a look at. A couple might be familiar to you. We got them last year in the Australian store, and we've also had some stock come in this year. Unfortunately, of course, we're getting stock that's a year old. So all of the designs in the Australian Bath & Body Works store, online, and in the stores that are currently open is all stock from 2020. And I've even seen some stragglers from 2019 that have been on sale actually for most of this year. So what I'm going to do is I'll just open each candle up, I'll have a bit of a chat about the scent, and then I'll sort of let you know what notes are really coming through, whether it's true to what Bath & Body Works describe the notes to be, and also give you a little bit of detail about what the actual candles look like, as sometimes it's really hard to tell online until you get them in hand, as to what the designs really accurately look like. And then obviously, because I've been doing this for some time, Bath & Body Works are fairly familiar to me. So I can, in some ways, just compare some of the candles. It might prevent you from making an expensive mistake if you're importing them from the US yourself, or it might help you narrow down some of the choices in our Australian store, which can also be quite pricey at the moment. The Australian candles retail for $49.95, which I think is a little bit rich, especially when compared to the US prices. All right, well, let's get into it. The first couple I might talk about are the 2 that might be familiar to you. So these 2 here, we've got hot cocoa and cream, and we've got spiced gingerbread. Now, they were all released earlier in October. They're part of what's called the Scents of Christmas range, and they're pretty familiar scents. Hot cocoa and cream has been around for quite a few years. It's a lot of people's favourites. And if we just take a little look here, it's pretty cute this year. We've got some nice holographic details on the logos. So if I just move that around and let the camera pick that up. And then I'll have a look at the bottom here. So hot cocoa and cream, they describe as decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, mini marshmallows with natural essential oils. So let's take the lid off. All right, so the scent on this one, I would say probably has a moderate throw. It's not strong, but it's also not too subtle cold. So if I left this open on my kitchen bench, I probably would get a bit of a whiff as I walked past. Now the first thing that you really notice is that cocoa is the predominant hint. It's what comes through first, and then you really get hit by that sweetness. So I guess that's what they're describing as the mini marshmallows coming through. So it's a pretty creamy candle. It's pretty sweet. I don't often rate the sweet scents, but I think the bitterness of the chocolate does cut it a little bit. I haven't burnt this year's yet. I'm excited to, though. I have got one from last year that I burnt quite a bit, and it certainly has a stronger throw burning than it does when it's cold. I know that some of you who are pretty passionate about a strong throw might pick that up, smell it, and think that it's just a little bit too subtle. It's quite creamy. And I think that's the consequence of that when it's cold and sat there, the scent is not too strong. But it still remains a personal favourite of many people, and I know lots of Aussies were pretty excited to see it in the store. And likewise, so this spiced gingerbread I'll have a look at next. So that's from the same range. That's from the Scents of Christmas range. Spiced gingerbread has come out for the past couple of years. And as you can see, if I just move that label around, it's nice and holographic with the details. I quite like the colour. I think the orange is a little bit more striking than the brown on the hot cocoa and cream. And then if I flip it over there, we'll have a look at the notes. So we've got vanilla icing, cinnamon sugar, fresh ground nutmeg with natural essential oils. So you'll notice in most of the holiday scents that either cinnamon or nutmeg is mentioned in most of them, actually. Part of that, I think, is being a North American company. They're pretty big on cinnamon. But the strength of that can definitely vary. So just having a good smell of that, just while it's cold. What I noticed there is that it's potentially not as strong as some of the others. It again is one of those bakery scents where the sweet note certainly hits first. And I think in comparison to some of their other spicier scents, spiced gingerbread is actually quite mild. So it's really more of the nutmeg that comes through more than the cinnamon there. I've got 3 other candles on the table here. I've just noticed, though, I am edging towards 10 minutes. So what I am going to do is leave those 3 for the next video, just to keep it more manageable when I'm uploading. Thanks for taking time and bearing with me while I sort of get used to this. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to uploading videos. I'm feeling pretty self-conscious about it. So feel free to hit me up with some feedback about what I could do better or what needs to be changed. Thanks so much for listening. I'll catch you all soon.